Hello, my name is Nickolus Mangino, and I will be informing you today of the dangers of texting and driving. By the end of this speech, I will convince you that texting while driving isn't worth the risk of an accident, and according to federal and state laws of the Department of Transportation, texting while driving is against the law. You're on your way home from work, from a hard day's work, and while driving, you're digesting the stresses of the existing pressures and anxieties from work. As you drive, your spouse sends you a text. Will you pick up a gallon of milk on your way home from the store? This happens to all of us. Within those 5 to 10 seconds of reading the text, you lose your focus on the road. Think about the worst case scenario and think now if reading your text was worth it. Today we will discuss the dangers from texting and driving, the federal and state laws, and the control measures that allow safe communication while driving. My main sources are the Governor's Highway Safety Association, the Federal Communications Commission, and the Department of Transportation. Let's begin by answering the question, what are the dangers of texting and driving? Cell phone use has become a popular way to communicate, yet as a leading cause for distraction with American citizens, and can lead to injury or even death to themselves or others. Texting while driving reduces the driver's reaction time. In the 5 to 10 seconds a person takes to stare at their cell phone while reading a text allows them to lose focus and on the road and lose control of the vehicle. Texting while driving has worse statistics than drinking and driving does. You might not realize the amount of accidents that have happened and are related to texting and driving. Although the populace knows drinking and driving is dangerous and immoral, it is sad to say that in order for people to believe the truth on texting and driving, more accidents will occur because they did not consider it as dangerous as drinking and driving. Accident statistics. Texting and driving has the longest eyes off the road time than any other cell phone activity. It is 23% more likely to get you involved in a crash, and 13% of all drivers from ages 18 to 20 years old involved in a car wreck have admitted to texting while driving at the time of a crash. 34% of teens admit to text while driving. 77% of young adults admit they have the confidence to text and drive safely. 55% of adults say that it is easy to text and drive. The fact is, those who text and drive spend 10% of their time driving in the wrong lane. 15% of kids state that they have seen their parents texting while driving. And 48% of children ages 12 to 17 have been in a vehicle where the driver was texting. Now think about if that was your child. Justifications that these people have are it's easier to read a text than it is to compose one. Holding the phone near the windshield always allows better control and visibility of the road. While texting, I allow an increase in distance between vehicles. And finally, I only read text at stop signs and red lights. Now that I have told you the dangers of texting and driving, we will now move to the federal and state laws. As I stated previously, federal and state governments have legalized texting and driving. They have done so for multiple reasons, and the reasons are 15 to 25% of all accidents are caused by texting while driving. Texting while driving affects the driver's ability to control the motor vehicle. Drivers are distracted more than half the time while operating a vehicle due to cell phone use. Texting increases the risk of an accident more than cell phone use. Laws. 10 states prohibit all drivers from using cell phones. 32 states prohibit novice drivers from the use of cell phones. And 39 states prohibit all drivers from texting and driving. The statistics are serious, but allow me to veer your attention to the control measures that we as drivers must implement. Implementing control measures is a tough thing to do when a population has to break the bad habit. There are some measures that we can utilize to minimize the risk of an accident, and it is safer to either turn off or place the cell phone on silent. It won't hurt to allow your attention on the road while traveling. Bluetooth has been developing a hands-free way of communication. Most new vehicles come equipped with the feature, and cell phone companies sell them. If that's not an option, utilize the passenger as the communicator. If you need to communicate, use the passenger to send a text or call. I'm sure you would much rather get them home safely. Now let's review what we've discussed. Today we have looked at the dangers of texting and driving, the federal and state laws, statistics, and control measures we can take to minimize cell phone use. Putting the brakes on the distracted driver epidemic will require both dedication and creative thinking, and I challenge all of you to drive safely and not utilize your cell phones while driving. Thank you.